my first question would probably have to be, why have you chosen for us to actually do this hackathon?
Okay. A hackathon's all about generating ideas and creating ideas. Okay, so we've got a learning vision at our school where we focus on innovation, where we focus on authenticity. So the whole idea of this hackathon is for you to go out into our broader community, to come up with ideas and to see them hopefully be put into practice. So if our students create something, it's fantastic to see it be put to good use or to have an authentic use, and there's nothing more authentic than it being put into play in the broader community. Of course, we're part of the broader community at Servit College, so it would be fantastic if some of the ideas that we created at our school then were put into place within our broader community.
So one of your main ideas, what I've heard, is that you want some of the ideas obviously to be put out and to obviously be enacted upon. Did you have any other ideas about how this would go through?
We're really interested in the skill sets that you're showing and you're developing in the creation of your ideas. Okay, so the world needs entrepreneurial skills, it needs innovators. So we want to put that into our learning for all of our kids, and particularly in Year 9 as you're looking ahead into your senior years. So allowing opportunities for you to be creative, for you to work collaboratively, for you to use your critical thinking skills to come up with solutions to problems. Okay, so one of the core reasons that we put the hackathon in and we put a problem-based learning activity into Year 9 is to allow you to really stretch your thinking around those skills and your development of those skills, and to work together to come up with a solution to a problem that then can have an authentic use afterwards.
As the hackathon is mostly developed around business and I guess you could say economics, did you have any other ideas for any other subjects such as science and not ones that are based around humanities?
Lots of emerging ideas that we'll explore over the future months to come about different ways that we can utilise those skill sets that I was talking about earlier, and the problem-solving skill sets that you'll develop over the next number of days. We can put that to any use around the school or in the broader community.
I guess one of my final questions would have to be, why is it called Hackathon?
Hackathon is all about this idea of the hack is the creating ideas. As Paul said this morning, it's messy. Initially in that creative phase, and then once we analyse those ideas and we come up with solutions to problems, it then becomes a lot clearer. So the hack is the fun bit, it's creative, it's challenging, it's exciting, and then you work through the ideas to come up with the solution to the problem.
Alright, well I think that's it.
Good on you, fantastic.
Yes.
Well done.
Do you see any promising students, or do you see any promising ideas that are being developed so far?
So at this stage, it's probably a little bit early to get them to commit to their ideas, but what we're hoping through this initial process, so they've gone into the community, they've met some of the community stakeholders, they've got a feel for what are the issues and the challenges they have, and when they come back into their groups now, they're all going to be exchanging some ideas of the people that they met, and I think we'll gradually start seeing some of the ideas bubble out, and the next, probably after lunch, we'll see them coming to the top.
So with all the businesses that have been interviewed so far and have been talking through all the children, do you see any of their ideas actually coming to fruition?
Well, Raphael, it's a good question. I mean, we would love to see some of their ideas. Certainly the councillors, the City of Stirling and also the Main Street Co-op, they've indicated that they would like to hear what the students' ideas are. So this Saturday morning, there's a community activation workshop. So they have some consultants meeting with community stakeholders. And then as a part of that, we're going to hopefully have 2 of the best groups and their ideas to hear and speak to the rest of those community members. So that'll be a good challenge for them.
Okay. So with Hackathon, do you think that students will get a really good experience out of this?
What we're trying to develop out of this process is people of your age. You've got these massive opportunities available to you if you can become a good problem solver. So there's challenges everywhere around us. So if you look at Uber, they looked at taxis and the dispatch service. They decided we can offer a better service. We can get people to drive their own cars and help people get from location to location, and we could do that a lot cheaper. So they've solved a problem directly. Airbnb, for example, they don't own any hotels, but they have gone out there and they've said, well, we'll help you put in touch with people who've got some amazing houses for you to stay at. So we're starting to see these opportunities, if you've got a good idea, to take your startup idea and get it out to the world. So we're not far away from that sort of age group for you guys. You're in year 9. By the time you're in year 12, if you can bring this sort of attitude and those skills, problem solving, collaboration, communication, critical thinking about all of the challenges that are in the area, and then also communicating that back to people in your community. So we're hoping to see some of those kind of skills developed, so that by the time you guys get to year 12, you'll be able to use those.
All right. Obviously, being part of the hackathon, you have a very big role. How do you think that will truly help us, like, going through this?
Well, I think going through a hackathon like this will help people because it demonstrates the new way that the world is working. So it used to be very much a top-down world where you would have a boss or you would have somebody that's telling you what to do and when to do it. Whereas now it's much more sort of focused on the customer and working with different people from different backgrounds and different perspectives with different skill sets, working together to solve a particular problem, focusing on the customer, not just what you think is a good idea.
All right. So with everyone else in this, have you thought of any like promising groups? Have you seen like any really promising things that people have asked, or anything promising in general?
Oh, there's some absolutely fantastic work being done. Yeah, I mean, my legs are absolutely killing me because I'm walking around every single room and popping in and talking to all the groups. And the thing about this is it is slightly different for everybody. So some people are ahead of others and some people not quite so. But that's fine because that's the process. They're working at their own pace. They're working collectively as a team. And they're coming up with some interesting sort of insights into who the customers are, as well as insights into what the challenges are.
All right. Have you thought of any of the businesses, and do you see any of their ideas actually kind of following through?
Well, we're not quite at the solution part just yet. They're just still trying to understand who the customer is and what their challenge is. And at the moment, they're about to start doing some research to see what other people in other parts of the world have said about similar challenges and how they've solved them to get some inspiration. So it'll be interesting to see what solutions they come up with. But at this point, it's too early to tell.